we have rosters here? I mean, I think I'm pretty good overall with it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Ohio High School Athletic Association and Ohio Dominican University welcome you to this interscholastic contest between Fisher Catholic High School and Mount Gilead High School. To honor America, please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem.
IVP Sports presents Buffalo Wild Wings High School Best. Brought to you by Buckeye, Fairfield County Adam Savings Bank, Fairfield Medical Center, Smith Funeral Home, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Dagger Law, and North Body Shop.
Everybody, welcome to the Interface Video Production High School Basketball Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker tonight. We're at Ohio Dominican University for the Division IV Central District Championship game between the Fisher Catholic Irish and the Mount Gilead Indians. And Tim, let's jump right into it. Two teams that really maybe when you look back weren't expecting to play each other tonight. Mount Gilead coming off a huge upset at Bern Union on Tuesday night.
Yeah, a great win, but they're a good team, Jared.
Yeah.
At 19-6, talking to Coach Vukovic, they expected to win. There were a lot of people that maybe didn't expect that, but they did.
So let's talk about the Indians. Talk about the individual impact players that they have. I know that they may be outsized tonight, but they've got some shooters on this basketball team.
Yeah, and I know Coach Bethel, you know, he's concerned because they all will shoot it. They're very balanced scoring, but they're led by point guard Madeline Elson, 5'3" senior, quick point guard, runs the show, great leader. So they're going to have to, for the Irish to be successful, they'll have to contain Madeline.
Let's talk about the Irish. Of course, Coach Ben Bethel coming in his fourth year as the Fisher Catholic girls basketball coach. He spent 6 years at FCA, and prior to that, he coached boys at Liberty Union. So he's got a lot of experience, and this could be, quite possibly, one of his best teams that he's ever had.
You never know. It's how you play that night, and he knows that. As I said, I had an opportunity to speak with Coach Bethel. They're still going to have their focus in play tonight. They want to get the ball inside and use their height with Ellie Bruce and Avery Bruce. But also, they want to run the ball up the floor and shoot the three, which they do very well. He doesn't want to change anything they've done.
I think when you look, you mentioned shoot the three. This is a team that, man, if you want to see a team that statistically shoots a three well, This is the team that does it. They've got a player, Ava Albert, who I personally think is the straw that stirs the drink, to use your terminology. She flat out can get it done. 40% from behind the three-point arc.
Yeah, that's just a tremendous percentage. When you consider 33% from the three is like shooting 50% from twos, 40% from the threes, tearing it up, Jared.
Nice crowd on hand tonight from both sides here at the big gymnasium at Ohio Dominican University. Of course, across from us is the Mount Gilead side. They're wearing purple tonight. And on the near side, right in front of us, the Fisher Catholic side. And Fisher Catholic fans decked out in the green. Their team will be wearing white. Tim, two teams that it's been a while. Mount Gilead has never been to the district championship game. Fisher Catholic, it's been since 2008 since they've been here.
You're talking 15 years and never, so those are long periods of time.
Let's talk about the two leagues. Is there any similarity between the KMAC and the Mid-State League Cardinal?
I would say so. The thing that's impressive about the Cardinal to me is you had Bern Union, who came in at 25-0, obviously got beat by Mount Gilead.
Yeah.
I would say there's probably a lot of similarity. Congrats to Mount Gilead. They won the KMAC League, so they're a championship team, so this could be an excellent basketball game.
This Fisher team is a team that averages 69.7 points a game in the tournament. While Mount Gilead, they're averaging right around 49, but should. And we're set to go here. Tonight's tip-off brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality reliability since 1979. Owner Mark you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Jumping center for the Irish will be Ellie Bruce, 22. And jumping for Mount Gilead is Candace Millizer, a 5'9" senior. And it will be controlled by the Indians. You know, one of the players that was not really mentioned by Coach Vukovic, but when you look at her stats, Faith White, number 15, who sometimes comes off the bench, has really played well this year. But, you know, this is a team that might need some bench depth tonight.
Yes, and you know, Faith's a younger player, so they like her to get a little more comfortable and just give them a plus. There's a size factor right there, Jared.
Yeah, good job by Ellie Bruce to change the shot attempt, and it's rebounded by the Irish. Here's Vonnie Bethel going right side to Jada Dixon. Dixon has it tipped, but recovers. Now right side here is Ava Albert. We mentioned her in the pregame. Back to Ava.
Man-to-man defense by Mount Gilead.
Dixon spots up from three. No good. And controlled by the Indians. Aubrey Thomas brings it up from Mount Gilead. Gets it right side to Madeline Elson. Fisher Catholic fans wanted a walk. There is none called. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Ellie Bruce.
Well, one of the advantages Fisher has defensively, Jared, is they don't have to necessarily double down on the ball inside. They can play them one-on-one and then match up with the perimeter people.
We mentioned the three-point shooting of Ava Albert. How about Vonnie Bethel, also a very good three-point shooter. She averages 12.6 points a game. They've got three players that average double figures in Bethel, Albert, and Ellie Bruce. There's a dump inside to Avery Bruce. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Now it's tied up, and the possession arrow will stay with Fisher Catholic.
Yeah, Coach Vukovic has been really happy this year with his defense. Rock solid, man-to-man defense, very unified and together defensively.
Glad to have you along with us tonight at Ohio Dominican University. And that pass, inbound pass, stolen right away, kind of thrown right into the hands of Grace Shipman.
Now you see here, you know, Fisher's in there, 2-3, kind of a wide defense. And what I was talking about earlier, Jared, if they throw the ball inside, they can allow Avery to play one-on-one in there. They don't have to close and leave the shooters.
Here's Shipman with a foot on the three-point line, no good. Vonnie Bethel controls the rebound for the Irish. Here comes Fisher Catholic. Jada Dixon bringing it down. Dump it inside to Ellie Bruce. Couldn't get it to go. Avery Bruce is there for the putback.
Well, that's where they're at their best, in transition and getting the ball into the block, Jared.
Watched a few Fisher Catholic games this year, and they didn't have Avery and Ellie in together a whole lot. They'd kind of sub in for each other or be in different times. But when they are in together, that's what you get right there. One being on the backside for the board when the other one misses a shot. Here's Ava Albert tipping the ball, but it's controlled by Madeline Elson. Shipman gets it back out front to Stallnaker. Here's a three on the right side, no good. Ellie Bruce the rebound. Irish lead it 2-0, 5:05 and counting here in the first quarter. Jada Dixon swings it right side to Albert. Back over to Dixon. She'll fire up the three. Got it!
Well, they're running a little fade, and what we're talking about, Jared, is the post player on that side will pin the defender of the shooter into the lane, and they skipped it and got a good open look.
Tell you what, Jada might only average 3.9 points a game, but she can stroke the three. She had a big one in that game against Bern Union at Fisher Catholic.
Well, we talked about, how good Ava and Vonnie are, and Jada's really stepped up and played really well from the point guard position.
Got a timeout on the floor taken by Coach Vukovic and Mount Gilead. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com. If you're wondering how these two teams got here, of course, we talked about Mount Gilead. They beat Bern Union in their last game, but their previous tournament games, they beat Ridgedale 44-24 to open up tournament play. Then they beat Madison Christian 61-15, and Tuesday night they beat Bern Union 43-38. For Fisher Catholic, as I mentioned, they're averaging right around 70 points in the tournament. They beat Patriot Prep 72-6. Then they beat Delaware Christian 67-17. And on Tuesday night, they had a huge second half to win 70-40 over Danville. Nice job by Mount Gilead's Grace Shipman to get a hand on the ball and tip it out of bounds there.
Yeah, for Mount Gilead to be successful, they're going to have to hit some of the perimeter shots versus the zone.
Inbound pass comes into Jada Dixon. Winner of this game will move on to the regional tournament. They will take on the winner of Portsmouth Notre Dame and Reedsville Eastern, who actually play tomorrow. There's Ava Albert for three.
Again, the defense on the help side is just sinking too deep for Mount Gilead.
Irish up 8-0. Here's Shipman getting into the corner to Millizer. Now they'll swing it back around right side. The defense over on that right side. That leaves the left side open. That's Madeline Elson.
Yeah, she's really been the key, Jared. She's the one player that is the leading scorer, runs the show, does everything.
Averaging 13.8 points a game. This is a senior-heavy starting lineup. They start 4 seniors and a junior. Dixon, nice little running jumper.
She just took what they gave her. She found the open spot, stuck in the hole.
Jada Dixon with 5 of her team early. Irish lead at 10-3. Shot put up on the left. Millizer, no good. Backside rebound. Elson swings it down to the corner. Now they'll get it back across the court. And good job by the...
Again, we've talked about it a lot recently. It's zone defenses. You got to, if deflections are happening, get right here into the spot. That's a great job, Jared. Just a nice little mid-range jumper.
That's our dagger law replay. Now Gilead with the basketball, trailing 10-3. Skip pass over to Stallmaker. They'll get it inside. Nice pass, but wow, what a block by Ellie Bruce. And then a whistle, and our first foul of the night going to be called on Fisher Catholic. I believe we'll get Vonnie Bethel with it. Sydney Ellis going to check into the game, give Jada Dixon a break. She's played a really good first quarter so far. She's had
a really good last half of the year, according to Coach Bethel.
Yeah. Millizer gets it inside.
See, that's what I'm talking about. She doesn't have to go in there. Ellie Bruce does not have to go in there because the offensive player has to shoot over Avery, who's 6'2". She needs to stay with the shooter, Jared.
And Stallmaker drains the three. They've got 6 points, all 6 from behind the three-point arc. Bruce gets it right side. Sydney Ellis, the sophomore. Her three is no good. Ball loose, and it will stay with Fisher Catholic. Nice turnout, both student sections right across from each other in the gym. Across from us is Mount Gilead's, and down from us on our right is Fisher Catholic's. Shot's no good, rebounded by the Indians. Elson brings it up. Get it into Thomas, now back out. And just lost it.
Yeah, that's just a catch. Just got to make sure you catch the basketball.
Stallnaker lost it out of bounds. Back to the Irish. A couple subs coming in. Jada Dixon coming in for Fisher Catholic, as well as Ruby Haggie. Or check that, that's Emma McCready. And coming in for Mount Gilead is Olivia Long. Tell you what, coming off the bench, Emma McCready has had some big minutes for Fisher Catholic. She's done a nice job, especially there have been times where Ellie or Avery have gotten into some foul trouble, and she's come in and really done a nice job. Here's Dixon. Dump pass inside, nice bounce pass and a nice finish for Ellie Bruce.
You know why it was a good bounce pass, Jared? I hate to say, she gave a great pass fake up and under. Fake high, pass low, fake low, pass high, Jared.
Long gets it out top to Millizer. Skip pass over in the corner. Elson, her shot. And there's McCready for the rebound. 12-6 Irish lead, a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Dixon gets it to Ellis, who has it just taken away from her. Madeline Elson going the other way, and she'll score it.
Yep, just got to protect the ball as a young player. Get it on your hip, protect the basketball.
And immediately, Coach Bethel going to get Ava Albert off the bench to check back in. Just watch how this is three in the corner by Ellis, no good. Rebounded by Mount Gilead with 49 seconds to play in the quarter. 12-8, Irish lead it. Stallnaker gets it left side. Here's Long. Picked up her dribble, now passes off to Polcati. Shot on the baseline. Nice shot by Madeline Elson.
Yeah, you have to identify where she is.
She's got 7 of her team's 10 points. Pulls them back to within 2 at 12-10.
Yeah, she's the key to the Mount Gilead offense. Madeline's a really good player.
Yes, she is. Here's Dixon. Dump inside. And Ellie was falling out of bounds and just tried to save it in and threw it out of bounds.
Just a little too quick right there. I mean, look at this. Beautiful
Good shot.
stroke. Yeah, she's a good player.
Fisher Catholic was up 8-0. Right now they are only up by 2, 12-10. Mount Gilead a chance to tie it or take a lead at the end of the quarter, down to 3 seconds. Sydney Ellis steals it away, and the first quarter will end with the Irish up 12-10.
Yeah, nice job by Sydney reading the passer.
Shu, your thoughts on that first quarter? A good start for Fisher Catholic, but then kind of lost count of some shooters.
Yeah, you, like I said, you got to kind of match up and recognize and find the personnel. I know Coach Bethel mentioned that, you know, in their zone, they have to identify who the scorers are, and you cannot lose Madeline.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just too good. You know, interesting thing, too, you got to remember, Jared, in the first few minutes of games like this, the players sometimes are nervous and a little antsy, and it's going to settle in here, and you'll see in their time. So we'll see what the second quarter brings us here.
They've come out on this Friday night to cheer on their girls team. Their boys team will be in action in their first round tournament game. Tomorrow they play Shekinah Christian, actually playing it at Fairbanks. I understand Shekinah Christian has a gym but no bleachers. So they have to play where they can find a gym.
Well, it's hard to seat people without bleachers. We'll see here what, you know, Mount Gilead settled down, got some good shots, and more importantly, found Madeline Nelson because she's effective.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the Irish make that adjustment to making sure they find the shooters in the defense. Again, like I said, I think they can extend it even further, Jared, because inside, you know, they can play one-on-one defense. Like right there, you can play defense.
Good job by Thomas.
Yeah.
She just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, nice drive, but you still can play one-on-one there and identify the shooters against the zone.
Albert brings it to the top of the key, gets it left side. Dixon fires up the three, got another one.
Wow.
Jada Dixon with 8 points. Her team leads at 15-10. Here's Elson. She'll fire up the three, and she got it. That's 2 threes for Madeline Elson. 10 points in the game for Elson to lead all scorers.
Yeah, there you go. You see Jada again. Why
Same
not?
play coming right here.
Yep, go to it again.
Jada
Nice.
dumps it inside, and a traveling violation going to be called on Vanessa Funk. Ellie Bruce checks back into the ball game for the Irish. Coming back in for Mount Gilead is Candace Millizer.
It's okay to put the players in right now, Jared. Get a little feel. They'll come back then and relax. Put the players in off the bench. Give them a moment. Everybody catch their breath.
Stallnaker also checks back in for Mount Gilead. Down in the corner, it's Stallnaker with the basketball. She'll get it to the free throw line to Millizer, and ball taken away momentarily. Loose on the floor. Good job by Mount Gilead to get on the floor and get it, and then the shot put up and in. This time it's a 2 for Madeline Elson. They're going to have to get a hand in her face. We're tied up at 15. 12 points for Madeline Elson. Here's a 3 put up by Bethel, no good. Rebounded by Mount Gilead. Skip pass over to Stallnaker. At the free throw line, it's Millizer. And a whistle and a foul going to be called on Mount Gilead. Aubrey Thomas is called for it. That's her first.
Right now, if you're Fisher, you need a good possession here, Jared, where you swing it from side to side maybe 2 times. They've gotten what they wanted on 1 reversal. Might want to make a couple reversals now. See if you can break down, because Mount Gilead's well coached in their man-to-man defense.
Here's Bethel. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Gets it right side to Dixon. Nice spin move by Jada Dixon. Going strong to the hoop and scores it.
Yeah. She absorbed the body contact, Jared, and made a nice shot.
10 points for Jada Dixon early in the second quarter. Irish up 17-10. Dump it inside, and it's tipped out of bounds. Watch this move right here, Shu.
Yeah, watch the contact. She absorbed that, kept her focus, and head up.
Officials right now having a conversation about who the ball went off of.
Just making sure that it was touched by Fisher.
And it will be Mount Gilead basketball. Inbound pass comes into Millizer. Nice dump to Thomas, and she's fouled and will go to the free throw line. Avery Bruce called for it. That'll send Aubrey Thomas to the free throw line. She is a 65.5% free throw shooter. She got the first one. And the second one ties it up at 17. 5:32 to play here in the first half. Dixon left side to Vonnie Bethel. Here's Ellie Bruce. Spots up. He got it.
They're just kind of fading off the high. Just enough to get it off.
That's 4 threes in the game for Fisher Catholic as a team. At the free throw line, Millizer off the iron and in.
Well, they've gotten the ball in the middle. That's the first time they've been effective here in the first half.
20-19, Fisher with a 1-point lead. Dixon gets it to Ava Albert. She'll spot it for 3, and it hit nothing this time.
Yeah, it's different shooting the 3 off the dribble. Watch this underneath on the out-of-bounds play right here.
Wow, quite a bit of contact going on there.
And that's okay. Everything was legal there.
Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you that girls basketball is not physical. It definitely is.
Sure is.
Here's Elson. scoring it and giving Mount Gilead their first lead of the night, 21-20. 14 points for Madeline Elson.
Adam H. The Carriage Company. Personal Touch Party Rentals and North.
Source for high-quality, locally sourced. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, burgers, and gourmet brats for you to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
Buckeye Toyota, proudly supporting the community for over 40 years.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can loan on a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
We at Fairfield DD hope you are starting off the year with success. March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, and to bring further awareness, we would like to give all the members of our vibrant community the opportunity to ask us a question. You can contact us and ask us anything you want to know about Fairfield DD, or you can visit our website, social media outlets, and submit a question there. Thanks to each of you for helping to move our mission forward of bringing about a vibrant community where people lead fulfilling lives and make meaningful contributions.
Welcome back to Ohio Dominican University, where we have the Division IV District Championship game. At halftime, Fisher Catholic leads Mount Gilead 24-23. Let's take a look at some first half scoring. First of all, for the Indians of Mount Gilead, Candace Millizer had 2 points, Aubrey Thomas with 2. It was Lydia Staltnaker with 5, and leading all scorers with an outstanding first half was Madeline Elson with 14 points. For the Fisher Catholic Irish, Vonnie Bethel had 3, Ava Albert with 3, Ellie Bruce with 4, Avery Bruce with 4, and Jada Dixon with a really good first half scored 10 points. We're at 24-23, just a 1-point lead for Fisher Catholic, but keep in mind, this is nothing new to Fisher Catholic. They've had a lot of close games at half, games where they've been down, games where they've been up by only a point or 2. In fact, Tuesday night, up by 2 at halftime, and they go on a huge run to win that one in a blowout fashion, 70-40. Tim, let's talk about quarter-by-quarter scoring. The best quarter for Fisher Catholic all year long, on average, the third quarter. They're scoring 18.3 points a game. On the other hand, for Mount Gilead, their worst quarter is the third quarter, only scoring 10.8.
Well, we'll see if that's the tail of the tape tonight when the third quarter begins. And, you know, Coach Bethel talked about how they have worked really hard on maintaining the consistency of effort, especially running the floor in offensive play.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that comes true tonight here in the third quarter, because they've had success, as you said. Scoring 18 points a quarter in any quarter is excellent and outstanding.
Wanted to, real quick before we head to a break and get the second half started, say congratulations to Katie Tipple, Fisher Catholic bowler, who's headed on to the state bowling tournament. She just qualified earlier this week, so congratulations to her. That's an awesome accomplishment. In fact, when I was thinking about district championships and things like that for Fisher Catholic, you know, I was going back to baseball 2 years ago, won a district championship, but most recently it was Katie Tipple with bowling heading on to the state tournament. So congratulations to Katie, and we wish her the best of luck. Also best of luck to the Fisher Catholic boys basketball team in action in their first round tournament game tomorrow. Right here we're at halftime. The girls, Fisher Catholic Irish, lead by 1, 24-23 in the district championship game. We're going to take a timeout. We'll have all the second half action coming your way next on the Buffalo Wild Wings Interface Video Productions High School Basketball Game of the Week.
At Buckeye Toyota, our factory-trained technicians service all makes and models. And Buckeye Toyota has been a proud community supporter and family-owned for over 40 years. Check us out at mybuckeyetoyota.com.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
My name is Scott Duff, and I'm the director of the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, and I'm here today to discuss Narcan. Narcan is the opioid overdose reversal medication. Narcan saves lives. We have saved countless lives in our community by providing Narcan to those with substance abuse disorders. We would very much like you to consider carrying Narcan on a regular basis. Narcan can be obtained easily in your community by reaching out to the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team at 740-901-1598.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at Carriage 1031 North Memorial Drive in
Wait!
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, the Carriage Company, Fairfield DD, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Dagger Law, and North Body Shop.
Before we start the second half, as a reminder, you can find live and past games on your YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on the YouTube to find games and other local programming. While you're there, make sure you click to subscribe so you won't miss any action. Also, if you're on Facebook and Twitter too, check us out on those social media platforms. Just search for Interface Video Productions.
I want to give you some scores from some other games before we head into second half action. In boys action, Granville leads Bloom Carroll 24-22 at halftime. Also, Olentangy Liberty leads Lancaster 29-12 at halftime. And one girls' final, Fairland defeated Fairfield Union tonight 67-39. That was going to be a tough matchup for Fairfield Union against the #1 seed. But congratulations to Coach Ryan Montgomery. They had an excellent season at Fairfield Union. They see it come to an end tonight. Right here, the Irish lead it by 1, 24-23. Mount Gilead starts with the basketball. They'll skip it over left side Stallnaker. Her shot's up. Vonnie Bethel, the backside rebound. Long pass down court to Ellie. Ellie Bruce, nice turnaround jumper. Just couldn't get it off the glass to go.
Yep, good look up the floor. That's how the Irish want to play.
Stallnaker loses it momentarily, gets it back. And gets it to Aubrey Thomas. Now to Shipman. Millizer at the elbow. Here's Stallnaker with a foot on the three-point line. And once again, Vonnie Bethel, the backside rebound.
Again, from the Fisher Catholic viewpoint, Jared, you have to make somebody else from Mount Gilead score, other than Madeline.
Bruce gets it right side to Bethel. Now Dixon, who had a really good first half. Bruce for three at the top of the key, no good. Ball loose out of bounds, it'll stay with Fisher Catholic. That's not uncommon for Ellie to shoot that three. We saw her do that a couple times this year.
Right.
Ava Albert inbound, gets it to Jada Dixon. Over to Vonnie Bethel. Bethel's pass is tipped, but controlled by Dixon. Now they'll get it inside. Ava Albert now drives into the paint, kick it over to Dixon. She'll fire up the three. No good. And rebounded by Millizer.
Yeah, that's a better possession, though, for the Irish, execution-wise, Jared. Went inside, came back out. They got a good look.
Elson taking her time. Will pass it left side to Grace Shipman. Skip it all the way over to Elson. Quick pass into Millizer. Over in the corner, Shipman's shot no good. And controlled by Vonnie Bethel. Bethel skips it up ahead to Jada Dixon. Dixon gets away from Elson, now gives it off to Albert. Dixon Albert for three, no good. And ball out of bounds, it'll stick with Fisher Catholic. It was a nice job by the official underneath the hoop. She had ducked. She had ducked to not get hit, and then she waited till her partners could tell her who tipped it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was the right call.
And now a foul going to be called on Avery Bruce.
Yeah, you don't want to turn the ball over on out-of-bounds plays. The number one priority in out-of-bounds plays, get the ball in. You don't want to lose the possession.
Teams looking for that first score here in the second half. 24-23.
Change of defense here, run up and trap a little bit. That's not the person to leave alone, though.
It is not, and there's why. Madeline Elson. That gives her 16 in the game, and the Indians back in the lead, 25-24. Albert fires up the three, in and out. Nice job by Ellie Bruce with the rebound. And a whistle and a foul going to be called. That was a nice pass, though.
Outstanding.
If there wasn't a foul there, I think she had her sister for a wide open shot.
Well, great job on the offensive boards.
Aubrey Thomas called for the foul from Mount Gilead. That's her third. Here's that shot by Elson.
I'm telling you, she's money. You've got to find her on the floor if you're Fisher Catholic.
And she's only 5'3". I mean, you could get a hand in her face. First free throw no good for Ellie Bruce.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You don't have to go in and help inside. They're big enough inside defenders that you can stay out and identify where.
Ellie Bruce is a 55 free throw shooter. Olivia Long checks in for Mount Gilead. She'll replace Aubrey Thomas, who has 3 fouls. Second free throw for Ellie is no good.
Yeah, just got to get her legs into her shot, Jared. That's all that is. When your shot is short at the foul line, you're not using enough of your legs to get the lift.
25-24, the score remains. Mount Gilead with the lead and the basketball. Stallnaker, nice move. Had her shot blocked, though. Good job by Ellie Bruce, and then a foul going to be called. No, she was laying on the line, right?
Yeah. Got the shot block.
Touched her when she was laying out of bounds.
Yeah, really good look up the floor by Madeline Nelson, though.
Yeah.
You know, they beat the 2-2-1 pressure quickly.
Dixon brings it up for the Irish. Here's Ellie Bruce. Out top, it's Vonnie Bethel. Bethel dumps it in. Good pass. Another nice pass from Ellie Bruce to Ava there by Elson.
Well, those are hard rebounds, Jared, when they don't hit anything.
Yeah. Stallnaker gets it to the top of the key. Now 3 put up from long range, and good job hustling in. Olivia Long with the rebound, and then just smartly throws it off of Fisher Catholic.
Well, they're gonna here's that transition. Ava finding Ellie. Playing on ice.
She slid again. I don't notice anybody else sliding like that.
No.
Something's up with her shoes tonight.
Get a little moisture on them, maybe. I think you're going to have to back off of a couple people on the perimeter. Jared, they're just not real successful right now.
Nice job by Ava Albert stealing that one away. Just jumped right in the passing lane. Here's Dixon. She'll get it over to Avery Bruce, back out for 3. Ava Albert up and in.
Great pass, but again, where did the ball go initially?
Inside.
Inside.
Yep.
You got to play the game from the inside out.
Fisher Catholic on a 7-2 run here in this third quarter.
That's not the person.
Olivia Long will stop that, though.
Yep. They exposed the wing over there, Jared.
31-25, Ava Albert, she's feeling it. She was trying to get him to get her the ball. She was wide open for a 3. Now she'll get it to Jada Dixon.
Got to protect the ball against Madeline.
Bethel over to Dixon.
Yes.
Now inside to Ellie Bruce. Good look, just couldn't finish.
Good move. Little baby hook, want to go up with 2 hands, keep control of the ball, but I like the post feed.
Nice little drive by Elson, just couldn't finish that one.
Now you got to keep running. You got to keep your transition going. Even if you're a little tired, you got to push and run if you're the Irish.
1:17 and counting here in the third quarter. Vonnie Bethel.
Again, see what we talked about that earlier. Get the ball inside. Watch this right here. Inside, good look by Avery. And as much as anything, she made a good pass into the shooting pocket of the receiver, Jared. That's really big.
Ava to inbound it. She'll get it into Vonnie Bethel. Back to Ava in the corner. Albert. Hand off to Bethel, picked up her dribble. Now gets it to Dixon. Back over to Bethel, dump inside. Ellie Bruce up and in, and she's fouled.
Well, a good job of the Irish by focusing on getting the ball inside, Jared. They have an advantage.
Millizer was called for another foul. That's 2 in a row for her.
And that's proper execution of the play, too. What I liked was the timing was good, the pass was on time, and you'll see here. Watch when I say the pass is on time. She's in rhythm, Jared.
And she does a really nice job making herself even bigger than she already is, getting those hands up, looking for the basketball.
That's coaching.
And she completes the 3-point play. 9 points for Ellie Bruce, and the Irish back up 34-27. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Millizer.
You don't have to guard her yet. She hasn't made one. She still hasn't made one, Jared, and you have to recognize that as a player.
Ava Albert turned her ankle. She's struggling right now. But they can't stop. Obviously, Mount Gilead's got possession of the basketball. There's a shot put up, no good. Vonnie Bethel the rebound.
That's really the first bad shot she's taken, Jared.
Ava is fighting through that ankle pain. She already has a brace on that right ankle. What a turnaround jumper hook right there for Ellie Bruce.
Yeah. She's showing her skill right now.
9-point lead for Fisher Catholic. Millizer fires up a 3, and she got it.
There you go. She answered me, Jared. Good for her.
And then a turnover. There's a look at the ankle brace of Ava Albert. And those don't look like bad shoes. I don't know why she's sliding all over the floor, though. So it will be Mount Gilead basketball with 11 seconds to play in the third quarter. They trail it 36-30. Here's Elson. In the corner, Stallnaker down to 6 seconds. Back to Elson. Swinging around to Polcani. Now Millizer for three. No good. Nice hustle by Elson. At the buzzer, got it. Madeline Elson with the long rebound and threw it up off the glass from the free throw line to score it.
Well, that's a big ending of the third quarter for the Indians. I mean, they scored the last 5 points you see here. But this is what a district final game ought to be, Jared, to be honest with you. Two good teams, well coached, playing well against each other, and it's kind of a give and take here.
Fisher Catholic won that quarter 12-9, but we talked about the quarter-by-quarter scoring at halftime. You know, that was like 18.3, so nice job defensively by Mount Gilead.
Well, they're rock solid defensively.
So Fisher Catholic looking for their first district championship since 2008 when they beat Harvest Prep. To get to that game, they beat Gilead Christian, who had been undefeated. Our own Bob Campetti was on the coaching staff. His daughter Erin had a great game off the bench, scored 11 points. This was that game against Gilead Christian. They won that one 58-46 coming from behind. And then they went on to take on Harvest Prep in the district final, a team that had beaten them twice in the regular season by quite a bit. And they ended up knocking off Harvest Prep. That's in 2008 for a district championship. They're looking for another one tonight. It would be a historic night for them if they could do it. 36-32, they lead it going into the fourth quarter, and a traveling violation called on Jada Dixon. Grace Shipman checks back into the ball game for Mount Gilead, as well as Aubrey Thomas, who has 3 fouls. The Irish lead it 36-32. Inside to Millizer, it's tipped. I tell you, they've been doing that all night, but this time Fisher Catholic, Jada Dixon did a nice job getting a hand in there.
Yeah, I mean, they're active in the zone, and anytime you can get a hand on a ball or deflection to change the course, it's an advantage defensively.
There's Millizer, kick it back out. Elson, good job by her to just get around the traffic and score it.
Well, a shot fake with a one dribble mid-range jumper, Jared, shows her skill level. It's outstanding.
That's the 20th point of the ball game for Madeline Elson. Pulls the Indians back to within 2 at 36-34. Ellie Bruce gets it back to Dixon. Dixon drives and has it stolen away. And if jump ball be called, it'll stay with Fisher Catholic. I tell you, there have been 2 occasions tonight where Jada's had it stolen, but she hasn't given up after. She's caused jump balls right after that.
Now, she protects the ball well, and she's given a great effort for him tonight from the perimeter.
Albert inbounds it to Dixon. Nice drive, then kick to Ellie Bruce from the elbow, no good. Good job by Avery Bruce.
Yep.
Tipping it back to Vonnie Bethel. Then get it dumped in to Avery Bruce. Off the glass and in.
Really nice pass by Vonnie Bethel. She made a pass fake and put it to her shooting pocket where she could finish.
8 points for Avery Bruce. Irish up by 4, 38-34. Here's Millizer. She'll fire up the 3. Look at that. That's 2 threes for Candace Millizer in this half. Pulls them back to within 1, 38-37.
Yeah, she stayed confident. She's struggling there for a while shooting the ball, and she just stayed confident with it.
On the other side, Albert tried to get it inside to Avery Bruce. It was tipped right back to Albert. Here's Jada Dixon. Nice dump over to Ellie Bruce.
That's a really nice pass off the dribble.
40-37. Got a good one going here at Ohio Dominican in the Division IV District Championship game in the Central District. And there's a stolen pass. by Vonnie Bethel. Quickly up ahead to Ava Albert, and she'll get it to Ellie Bruce, who puts it up and in.
Wow, look at her run the floor. Athleticism, using her left hand to finish. That's how you like a post player to play.
42-37 in the corner. Elson lost it momentarily, gets it back. Now Stallnaker. Right side to Shipman.
Yeah, that's good defense. You don't have to go help, Jared.
Thomas' shot no good, rebounded by the Irish. Here's Albert. Ava on the drive. She'll kick it back. Wide open was Jada Dixon, but a good job by Elson to recover. Now here's Ellie Bruce. She's going to get called for the traveling violation.
I disagree. That's a move we taught.
And Coach Bethel also disagrees.
Yeah, that's an up and under.
And he even showed the official.
Yes.
This is what it is.
Well, they don't necessarily like you to show them what it is, but that's a proper move.
42-37, Fisher Catholic with the lead. 5:17 to play in regulation. Skip pass. Oh, Vonnie Bethel going to be called for the foul.
That's all right. You want to stay aggressive, Jared. You don't want to be passive defensively.
That's 3 on Vonnie.
Yeah, and you've only got 3 team fouls. Huh? You know, you want to stay aggressive. There's 5 minutes to go yet.
Shipman gets it over to Long. Now in the corner, Elson for 3 and got it.
Big shot after big shot from Madeline Elson.
23 points in the game for Madeline Elson. Pulls him back to within 2. 42-40. Here's Ellie Bruce. Kick it back out to Dixon for 3. No good. Nice job again by Avery Bruce to tip it to Ellie Bruce. Now Dixon. Back to Ellie Bruce. Look at that little layup, little baby hook off
left-handed.
the glass. 17 points for Ellie Bruce. Irish up by 4, 44-40. Elson in the corner, gets it over to Millizer. Now right side, Stallnaker. Shipman, nice drive inside the paint, just couldn't finish it.
Yeah. Right idea.
Quickly up ahead come the Irish. Vonnie Bethel.
Yeah, you got to execute your offense here.
Good move by Dixon, then dumps it to Ellie Bruce. Back to Dixon. Bethel thought about the 3, but a good job defensively by Stallnaker. Good dump. Inside, shot up no good. But Ellie Bruce going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, good dribble penetration right there by Vonnie Bethel.
Candace Millizer called for the foul. That's her 3rd. Ellie Bruce, a 55% free throw shooter, goes back to the line. No good on the first one. Second one in and out. Good hustle by the Irish. Tipped by Avery Bruce into the hands of Vonnie Bethel.
Yeah, Vonnie gets a lot of loose balls and rebounds,
She does.
Jared.
Vonnie gets it over to Ellie Bruce. Now to Ava Albert. Ellie kicks it out to Dixon. Here's Bethel. Had it almost stolen away by Elson. Ellie Bruce working her way inside. Good move, just couldn't get it to finish. Avery Bruce is there, and she's fouled.
She was doing her best Keem Olajuwon right there, but with a little shoulder shimmy.
Madeline Elson called for the foul, her 2nd. Avery Bruce to the free throw line.
Hey, that's fine. That's showing she's confident.
Free throw no good. Irish only with 1 point from the free throw line tonight, as Coach Vukovic calls a timeout with his team trailing 44-40 with 3:14 to play.
I think what we're going to see now from Mount Gilead is they're going to extend the pressure, Jared. They play really good defense. Coach Vukovic does a great job with their defensive, and they've had good half-court pressure, but I think at this point with 3 minutes to go, he's kind of got to extend it and maybe speed the Irish up if he can and get a couple turnovers.
Winner of this game will move on to the regional tournament where they will play at Pickerington North on Thursday, March 2nd. That's this coming Thursday night. Next Thursday night, it'll be the winner of Portsmouth Notre Dame and Reidsville Eastern out of the Southeast District.
You know, I've heard a lot about Portsmouth. I have not seen them, but I guess they are the favorite coming out and expected to win. But as we know in tournament play, you got to play well that day.
Absolutely. Of course, Bern Union learned that the hard way Tuesday night. They came in undefeated, and this Mount Gilead team, boy, they had a chip on their shoulder, and they proved it.
They're a good team. I mean, when you have a point guard as good as Madeline Nelson, you know, she's leading the way.
Yep. She has 23 points in the game right now. So at the free throw line for the Irish, she'll get a second free throw. She missed her first before the timeout. Now after the timeout, Avery Bruce misses the second, but Ellie Bruce is there for the rebound. Back out to Dixon. That's 2 times on free throws in consecutive trips that Fisher Catholic's gotten an offensive rebound.
Yeah, it's just a fundamental foul line block out, Jared.
Bethel skips it over to Dixon. Dump it to Ellie Bruce. Bruce falling down, almost fell down, but somehow got the shot to go.
I'm telling you, she's putting a clinic on there on that block.
19 points in the game for Ellie Bruce. Millizer, little set shot from the free throw line.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, she struggled there early, and now that she's gotten on, she's been direct.
46-42, Fisher Catholic. 2:32 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Dixon picks up her dribble, gets it to Ellie Bruce. Now to Vonnie Bethel inside the paint. Over to Ava Albert for 3 in the corner. No good. And it hit the top of the backboard.
Well, it can hit the top. Here, watch here. Watch her turn back, take the dribble, turn back to her right, fade away. Yep, right
off the glass.
Yeah, you want to shoot the ball high off the glass.
Yep. Fisher Catholic with a 4-point lead. Millizer with the basketball for Mount Gilead, left side now. They'll get it in the corner. That's Elson for 3. No good. Long rebound for the Indians. Put back no good for Shipman and rebounded by Avery Bruce. Albert, you could see her just sliding around big time every time she tries to stop. And Coach Bethel wants a timeout with 1:46 to play in regulation, leading 46-42.
Yeah, really good timeout. You want to make sure you execute something here, but you got to make sure, number one, get the ball in bounds. We'll see if Coach Vukovic does anything different. They want to trap the ball, create a little, frustration, get somebody out of their comfort zone.
Tim, I know that there's still a long way to go in this one. Only a 4-point lead and under 2 minutes to go, but let's go ahead and get to our players of the game. First of all, our Mount Gilead player of the game, brought to you by Bay Food Market. Stop in at Bay's and check out their weekly gourmet burger and brat selection and their weekend steak sale specials. Bay Food Market at the corner of Walnut and Maple Streets in Lancaster.
Do we really have to talk about this?
No, we know exactly who it is.
Yeah, Madeline Nelson. I mean, she showed a tremendous amount of skill, not just shooting the ball, handling the ball. She's outstanding.
So congratulations, number 23, Madeline Elson, who's a senior from Mount Gilead, currently with 23 points in the game to lead all scorers. Ellie Bruce is quickly coming up on her tail. Their feet, cheering on their late 42 lead, 1:46 to play in regulation. Fisher District Championship since for their first ever. This is to the game, so obviously if they can get it. Irish basket gets it to Dixon. Now Bethel. Ellie Bruce had it tipped, but right back into her hands. Here's Ava Albert. Get it to Dixon. Down 125. Dixon drives to the elbow, had it tipped. And Coach Bethel did the smart thing as it looked like it was going to be a tie-up, and he knows the possession arrow is pointing the other way, so he quickly calls a timeout.
Well, to be honest with you, with a minute 20 to go, Jared, this possession could change the outcome either way.
Yeah.
For both teams, this is a critical possession. You've only got 80 seconds to go. I know that's a lifetime sometimes, but this is critical.
And I think if you're watching at home, you're probably thinking, are they really trying to run out the clock? I don't think that's what, I think they're just being patient, and they're not going to shoot a forced shot.
No.
Looking for a good shot.
Well, I think what you want to get is you want to get something attacking the basket, whether you feed the post to Ellie Bruce or whether you put a dribble drive and get to the basket, Jared. You want to attack the basket because you're also, on the next foul, you're in the bonus.
Yep. Fisher Catholic student section wanting some free hot dogs. They must have made plenty here at Ohio Dominican toward the end of the game. Need to get rid of them, so they're wanting them. Here's Jada Dixon. Boy, Elson is all over, and they're going to call foul.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to call a double dribble.
She gave her a little space there initially. But here's the key. Now you got to go to the line and make the foul shots.
So that young lady you saw handing out the hot dogs, former Fisher Catholic basketball player Meg Saffel, who finished up at Sheridan. And now plays here at Ohio Dominican as Jada Dixon with a big free throw right there. 11 points in the game for Jada. That's her first in the second half. Puts them up by 5. She gets another free throw right here. Second one, also good. That's clutch, 48-42, 1:14 to play.
I said that's a big possession.
Millizer for 3, no good. Avery Bruce the rebound, gets it to Dixon, down to 1:02 and counting. And Dixon will be fouled. She's obviously not the right one to foul. She just sunk 2. She's going back to the free throw line.
Well, they're 1-and-1s though, Jared. You got to step up and make them.
Jada is a 58.3% free throw shooter. As you see, the Fisher Catholic fans, a lot of them came out tonight to cheer on their ladies on their feet. First one up for Dixon, good. Second one, also good for Jada Dixon. Puts the Irish up by 8, 50-42. Under a minute to play in the game. Right side with the basketball, it's Stallnaker.
But you have to know you got some fouls available, Jared, also.
Yep.
Because you're not in the bonus.
Stolen away by Jada Dixon, and it's out of bounds. It'll go back to Mount Gilead, but boy, Jada with a big play there. 45.8 seconds to play.
You got to extend your zone a little bit. Don't worry about giving up.
Stolen away by Eva Albert. And she does the smart thing, just pull it out. And she's going to be fouled by Candace Millizer. That'll give us time to go with our Fisher Catholic Player of the Game, brought to you by the Savings Bank, where community always comes first. The Savings Bank, proud of our heritage, founded by local people, committed to serving individuals and businesses in southeastern Ohio. Learn more at thesavingsbank.com.
Well, Jared, I got 2 people in mind. And I'll let you chime in. But I mean, once they went to the post play, Ellie Bruce stood out like nobody in the gym.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think she's the player of the game. But I want to give a shout out to Jada.
Yep.
Unbelievable job of running the offense tonight and stepping up and making free throws.
Right.
That's okay. You know what, right there? You've only got 3 team fouls. You might get an offensive rebound. That's not a bad play, Jared.
Yeah, Jada Dixon hit 4 free throws in the last minute of the game.
Your percent doesn't count
Yeah.
until you shoot them in the last minute and a half when they matter.
Foul was called on Fisher Catholic. Back the other way. 3 put up off the glass, no good. Ball loose out of bounds, and it'll go with the Irish.
Yeah, Ava's having a hard time moving on that ankle.
She's been sliding, and then she turned her ankle in the third quarter. She's toughed it out. She's struggling.
Yeah, no fouls at this point. 20 seconds to go. Get it across half court.
Down to 15 seconds. Dixon gets it over in the corner. Get it back out now to Vonnie Bethel. Down to 9 seconds.
Yeah, don't foul, girls.
The Fisher Catholic Irish will win their first district championship since 2008, 51-42 over Mount Gilead. They're headed to the regional.
Really an outstanding basketball game, but what a great second half by the Irish, Jared.
Yep. While you watch them go through the line, shaking hands, let's go through our scoring for tonight. First of all, for Mount Gilead, Candace Millizer really had a good second half. She only had 2 at halftime, finishes with 10. Olivia Long had 2, Aubrey Thomas with 2. It was Lydia Stolnaker with 5, and Madeline Elson, who led all scorers with 23 points. As you watch the Fisher Catholic students celebrate with their victorious girls basketball team, who win it tonight 51-42. For Fisher Catholic, it was Vonnie Bethel with 3 points. Ava Albert had 7. Avery Bruce had 8 points. Jada Dixon with an outstanding game tonight, 14 points, 10 of those in the first half, and then the only 4 she had in the second half, probably the biggest free throws of her life. She hit him with in the last minute of the game to give her 14, and leading the way for the Irish, Ellie Bruce with 19 points.
Well, and on top of that for Jada is she handled the ball and ran the offense, Jared, and that just relieves other players to do their role and play better. I thought she really impacted the game tonight from the point guard position.
So in 1976, Fisher Catholic won the district. They beat Lutheran West. 1977, they lost to Mansfield St. Peter's. In 2007, they lost in Division III to Bishop Reedy. And right here in 2008, this was the last time they won the district championship. They beat Harvest Prep 52-45. This was it right here. There they were celebrating then. And here they are tonight, district champions for the second time, or the first time since 2008.
Yeah, Coach Petros was the head coach back then. He's now the AD at Groveport Madison High School. And Bruce Carpenter and Jack Faulkner, and you mentioned before that Bob Competti helped out.
Look at the joy on the faces of those ladies. I can tell you, Shu, just from a coaching standpoint, winning a district championship, you're excited, but you're more excited for your players. And I know that Coach Bethel right now is just extremely excited for his players. This is their 9th win in a row. They really, since that loss to Bern Union, have really turned up the heat on a lot of teams.
Well, I think the thing, and the key I got from Coach Bethel talking to him is they've improved, Jared.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. This is the time of year you want to be playing, win or lose at your best. And I think Coach Vukovic can say the same thing about his group. They had won 7 of 8 games coming in, won a league championship.
Yeah.
So they're champions also.
Right.
They just don't get to advance.
So as we watch them get their medals, we're going to keep it right here, watch Fisher Catholic get their medals. But talk about, when you're in a tournament run, they obviously had a huge game on Tuesday night. Probably took a lot out of them, beating an unbeaten team in Bern Union. I don't necessarily think it had anything to do with tonight's outcome. I mean, they played really well, but it's got to be draining on a team to come back just a couple nights later and then have a dogfight like this.
Well, I thought an advantage they had is they were senior oriented, and you know what? They have approached the whole season, and and I got that vibe from Coach Vukovic. They've just that same vibe of we're getting better, we're going to go compete, we're going to play whoever it is and do our thing and do it well. And in his favor also, he had a leader in Madeline Nelson who's just tremendous.
Yeah,
I mean, runs the show, and I'm sure she does all of the verbal and all the things you need to do for a leader.
Yep.
Big shout out to them.
Yeah, they will finish the season 19-7. They finished 9-3 in the Knox Morrow Athletic Conference to win that conference. Really good job by first-year head coach Nick Vukovic.
Yeah, it's not always easy to establish winning ways, but you do it through hard work, team unity. I mean, he talked about how tight they've been all year, how good they were together, and their effort has been really consistent, and they've been resilient.
Yep.
Being behind in games, they've come back and won because they have good effort, they're good teammates, and they've enjoyed playing with each other.
So as Mount Gilead finishes up getting their medals, you look at the other side, and you see the fans from Fisher Catholic getting on their feet for their district champion, Fisher Catholic Irish, as they beat Mount Gilead tonight 51-42. Dr. Sally Lozada, the principal of Fisher Catholic, out on the floor, as well as Athletic Director Katie Gillum, to give out the medals to their team, and we'll let you listen.
For Fisher Catholic, Sydney Ellis. Bonnie Ethel. Ruby Baby. Charlie Gillum. Vanessa Funk. Lauren Cursa. Jada Dixon. Ava Albert. Ellie Bruce. Emma McCready. Avery Bruce. And Sydney Slade. Assistant coach Trey Raymond. Assistant coach Josh Rubish. Assistant coach Maury McAndrews. And the head coach for the Fisher Catholic Irish, Ben Bethel.
You can see the emotion from Coach Ben Bethel. And what a team he's got. They've got a little ways to go, though. They don't want to stop here. This is really, Tim, kind of a young team. Just a couple of seniors on the team, Avery Bruce and Emma McCready. After that, a handful of juniors, a lot of sophomores, and even a freshman on this varsity roster. This team's not going anywhere anytime soon.
They're young by grade, but they're really not young as a team, Jared, on how they play. They played with really, really focus and concentration in the second half of executing and getting the ball inside.
So our couple members of our Interface Video Productions crew know exactly what it feels like, as just 2 years ago, our own Jason Roush was putting medals around the baseball team's necks, and I got to experience that as the coach, and so I know exactly, Jason and I know exactly what Coach Bethel and his ladies are feeling, and Katie Gillum. So congratulations, Fisher Catholic, victorious tonight.
And the class that Mount Gilead showed during the ceremony, Jared, it's not easy. Believe me, I've been there in that seat, and they applauded and respected the situation, and that really is what high school athletics is all about.
Well, the Fisher Catholic Irish are moving on to the regional tournament. Who they play, that'll be determined tomorrow as Portsmouth Notre Dame and Reedsville Eastern play at Piketon. The winner moves on to play this Fisher Catholic team next Thursday at Pickerington North. That's March 2nd. That game will be played at Pickerington North. Want to say thanks to our Interface Video Productions crew tonight. Our producer-director, Mr. Bob Campetti. Also up here on graphics and replays is Donnie Ziegfeld. Our cameraman tonight, Jason Roush. And down on the floor, Tom Russo. Great night for Fisher Catholic. They win it tonight, 51-42 over Mount Gilead. For Tim Shoemaker and our entire Interface Video Productions crew tonight, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, the Carriage Company, Fairfield DD, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Dagger Law, and North Body Shop.